Hello there, my name's Nicole. I'm one of the teachers at Elevate, and as we are practicing self-isolation currently, we are sending some of our practices in, and I hope you enjoy a 45-minute practice with me today where we will be focusing on some beautiful chest opening and shoulder strengthening as we have a theme on gratitude. I think although this is a really scary time and we don't know what's ahead of us, we can be thankful for what we do have. We have our health, we have our yoga practice, which is absolutely important to be doing right now. I'm grateful that the earth is finally allowed to breathe again. We have reduced our emissions and we've got clearer air, clearer water, and people are having to stop. So I guess we have to be careful what we wish for. How many times have we said, oh, we wish we had more time, or I don't have time for that? Well, now we do. So let's keep practicing our yoga to build up our immunity, and let's bring our awareness to what we can be thankful for in every moment of the day. So let's get started. Come onto your mats. So just starting down in a child's pose as you stretch out and lengthen the arms and back with coming up on your fingertips. So just let the head rest down onto your mat. And you might like to then release the hands back down and just gently move your hips over your heels. And then just rest the head down, come to a place of stillness and just breathe into the belly. Just try and lengthen out the inhale and the exhale. So it's about 5 counts in and 5 counts out. Breathing into the back body, breathing into the lower back, expanding at the ribs. One more deep inhale and exhale here. Gently now just walk your hands back towards your knees, sitting up onto your shins. Just take a moment here to bring your hand onto your belly and onto your heart space. As you just think about the things that you can be grateful for right in this moment, right here, right now. Just think about now taking in an inhale for yourself and your exhale for those around you that need support right now. Inhaling a breath to you, exhaling a collective breath out to all those in need. Bringing your hands together into your heart space as you gently bow forward to set your intention for your practice today. Gently now taking your hands onto the mat and just starting with some cat-cow. So let your body move any way it likes to right now. It's nice to close your eyes and just begin to move the spine. You might find that your breath will naturally inhale and exhale with the movements that you're doing. Generally we exhale as we close and then inhale as we open. Pressing down firmly into the hands. And just loosen up the neck. And then if you like, you can start to look behind your mat, look down at your heels, so we move the spine in the other direction. Lengthen the back of the neck. And then feel free to move around any way you like here. You can start circling through the hips, drawing a figure 8 with the hips. And come on back to the center and sitting back onto your heels. And then we'll just send the hands backwards towards your feet and lift the sternum, lift the chest. Inhaling and exhaling. And just one more of those. Maybe take your hands out a little wider if that feels more comfortable. Inhaling, lift the chest, squeeze shoulder blades together. And release. Nice. And just take a nice little side bend. I'll move around here. Just take a side bend, reaching over to one side. And then sweep your arm forward, come forward, 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 and across to the other side. Opening side body. Bending through and around again. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Coming back to center, reaching forward to the front of your mat. Just gently bend your elbows now so that your hands come above your head. Spread your fingers, press the elbows forward, let the head come down. Nice. Release the hands and let's come up to hands and knees and press up to downward facing dog, pushing up. Just walk your heels up and down, gently stretching out back body. Let the head hang and just move your head from side to side, ear to ear. Walking the heels up and down. Lovely. And just coming to a still place. And just imagine you're lifting your knees up and lifting your elbows up. So we activate the quads and the triceps. Taking a big breath in through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. Breathing into your heart. And breathing out to everyone's heart. Gently now, let's bend the knees and walk your feet to the front of your mat towards your hands. As we lengthen, halfway lift, press the hands onto the shins, lengthen the spine, exhale and fold in. Halfway lift, inhale, and exhale, fold. One more, lengthen. Press into the shins, press the bottom out and fold. Soften the knees, hang over the legs
And gently now bend your knees as we roll up to standing. Unwind the spine, unravel, reach on up. Bring palms together, reaching back. Let's roll a couple of times down the spine. Exhale as you fold. Inhale as you roll up. One more. Bend the knees, rolling down each disc one at a time. And take it up again. From the lower back to the middle back to the upper back. And reach up. Bringing your hands together above your head, reaching back. And folding forward. Halfway lift, lengthen hands to shins. And fold. Stepping your right foot back, right knee back, landing on the floor. And just shuffle that front foot forward. Curl the back toe as we reach up for our low lunge. Reaching up, pressing firmly down into your left foot. Pushing up. And just let the arms go back as far as they can in space. Without flaring the ribs too much. Lengthen backwards. And up. Beautiful. Coming on down. Bringing your right hand onto the mat. Let's lift left hand up. Twisting towards the left knee. Reach on up. And now we'll circle the left arm, take it back in space and reach forward. So some big circles here as we inhale and exhale. Two more. Reach and open. One more. Reach and open. And now just see if you can grab your foot in space. Lift the back foot up. Take into a little stretch here. And if you can't reach it, that's fine. Just let it hang there and open. Gently release that leg. And press back into your plank. Perhaps it's plank or dropping the knees as we flow down to the floor. Chest down, chin down, coming up into baby cobra. Squeeze the bottom and release. Push into the floor and stretch back. Child's pose. Rolling up to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Soften the knees. Step, hop or jump to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, fold. Rolling up to standing. Reach up. Reach back, palms together above your head and folding forward. Halfway lift, inhale. And fold. Stepping your left leg back now, left knee to the floor. As we check that the right ankle is under or in front of the knee and reach on up. Lifting through the arms, through the sternum, through the ribs. Press into this right foot. You can uncurl the back toe, reach up and press the arms back in space. Open through shoulders and chest. Gently taking your hands down, plant the left hand down and reach up with the right hand. Reach on up, twisting the ribs. Just being mindful of how amazing our bodies are, how much work they do for us. Taking this hand behind, let's do some arm circles, reaching forward and back. Good. Exhale to open. Two more. Inhale. Imagine you're just reaching for something just ahead of your mat that's just out of reach. And back. Lovely, leaving that hand there. Let's see if we can pick up the back foot and open up through your left quads. Just gently try to kick your foot back into your hand. Gently release that foot to the floor and bring that knee back. As we come down through a flow, knees up or down, as we lower down, come up to baby cobra, inhale and exhale. Now this time curl your toes under, lift your thighs and press up to plank. Downward facing dog. Good, walking the heels up, give it a little stretch out. And step, hop or jump, look forward, jump to the front of your mat. Halfway lift and fold. Rolling up to standing, reach on it. Good, bringing your hands down by your side into Tadasana, mountain pose. Just roll the shoulders backwards. Send the shoulder blades together. Now keeping the shoulder blades backwards, see if you can grab hold of your hands and try and press the palms together. If this feels too tight, just grab your elbows. And we're going to bend forward, bend the knees and come into our forward fold. See if you can keep the palms pushing together. Let the head hang. We're just squeezing shoulder blades together. Take a breath. And now we're going to come into chair pose. So release the hands to the floor, sweep the floor and sit down into your chair. Reach on up. We'll activate our chair. So bending forward as you exhale, sweep the arms up behind you, straighten the legs. And then inhale, sweeping up. And exhale, folding forward. And inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, folding forward. One more, inhale. Holding it here, sitting into your chair. Reaching the arms up. And folding forward, hands land onto your mat. Halfway lift. And step, hop or jump back to your plank. Holding your plank here, let's turn out onto your left hand, left hip facing the mat. Reach on up to your side plank. Now you have the option here to keep your knee under your hip, or you can come into your full side plank. Now we're reaching this top palm up and reach to the top of your mat. Come up into like a banana bend. Press the right hip up, sorry. Pushing. Good. And releasing. Bring this arm back down and come out onto your other side. So bringing your right hand on the mat, left hand lifts up. Once again, press left hip up, left hand up, and left hand towards the front of your mat, banana bend. Beautiful. And release back to your mat. And take your flow down. Let's have a bit of a challenge here as we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe come into your up dog. Squeeze the bottom, press the heels together. And press up to downward facing dog. Gently now we're going to lift right leg in the air, three-legged dog. And press left heel down as you open up right hip. Send the knee up to the ceiling. Keeping shoulders square. Good. Bring your knee to nose. Bring it in. And back up again. Let's do 2 more of these. Knee to nose. And up again. 1 more. Arch the back, come up on your left toe, all the way up. And now let's bring this foot all the way through to between the hands. as we rise up into our high lunge. Pressing the feet away from each other. Lift the arms. Sending left hand in front, right hand out to the side. Imagine someone's pulling your hand from either end and your left hip is coming around. Good. And we'll cartwheel the right hand over to the floor and lift your left leg up for standing splits. Bring it up. And keeping the flow here, bring it back to your high lunge. So land that left foot, wind on up for your twist, right hand behind, left hand in front. Let's do 2 more of those. Bring the right hand over, bring the left leg up, squeeze left glutes. 1 more, gently landing and lift up. Twist, twist, twist. Last one. Bring it up and over. Rising up. Good. And bringing your back foot back down, both hands onto the mat. Come into plank. Transition through your Vinyasa. Take a pause here, breathing in through the nose and out of the mouth, the lion's breath. One more breath here. Just finding a place to pause. Feel into your body, feel into your heart space. Next inhale, let's lift left leg up, open the hip, keep shoulders square, right heel down on the floor. Good. And as we open the hip a little more, let's move the knee into the chest, into the nose, back up again, straight up, 2 more. Arch the back up, come up on your back toe. 1 more. All the way up. And then all the way through to the hands. Left foot lands in between the hands as we rise up. High lunge, reaching. Good, turning your right hand forward, left hand back as we come into our twist. Press the arms further apart and keep drawing your right hip forward. Now left hand comes down to the floor as we standing splits, lift right leg up. Keep this flow, balancing flow. Left hand sweeps up to the back. 2 more. And lift, right leg up. Gently lower. Left arm behind. Good. And taking both hands down, coming into your plank. Pressing into plank, holding plank. Coming out onto your left hand, left side plank as we lift up, lift up. Now the option here is to bring your leg underneath. If you want to challenge it up a little bit, reach this arm into the top of your mat and then lift your leg up and bring your elbow to knee. I'll do 2 more, really pressing. Excellent. Come back to center. Drop the knees down, just support lower back. Position and come on out to the other side. Plank, right hand, lift up, and then reach arm to the front and elbow to knee for 3, and 2 and 1. Beautiful. Come back to the middle and come through your flow to child's pose. Resting down into child's pose. Take a breath. So it's in these moments of stillness where we build our resilience, we support our immune system, and we give thanks for all the work that the body does to keep us moving, keep us alive. Gently now sitting back onto your shins, bring the knees together, and again bringing hands out behind you as we lift up again through the chest. And now if you want to take this up a notch, come back to the middle, and we bring the hands back and we lift up through the hips. Lift the hips, lift the chest. Squeeze the bottom, maybe move your hands out a little wider, and gently release down, release down. Beautiful. Just take a moment here. Hand on heart, hand on belly, centering in. Finding our grateful heart today. Beautiful. So bringing your hands out to the side, see if you can bring your feet through to the front of your mat. Good, and sitting up nice and tall, pressing down into the sit bones. Reach on up, lift as high as you can, and just come forward fold into your toes, into your shins. Maybe hands come underneath the knees. Just flex the feet. The legs don't have to be straight. Just try and lengthen. Feel into your back. What do you need? A straight back or a rounded back? What feels good? And just holding it here for another breath. And then place your hands beside your legs and slowly walk yourself back up. Lengthen through the spine there. Press into the hands. Flex the feet. Gently releasing to the, I'll turn around, but you can stay where you are. So the right leg is going out to the side, left knee is bent. And we'll just sit up tall through the spine, lengthen, and then twist towards your right knee. Bring the hand behind, right hand on the left knee. And you can stay here in your twist, or you could add a side bend here. So the right elbow comes down towards the extended leg there as we sweep the arm over towards the toes. So you could have this elbow anywhere on the leg, or you could have it on the floor and add a little bit more of a twist there. So we've got a side bend and then a twist as we turn through the chest. And just make sure your extended leg, the foot is flexed. Find your breath. Gently releasing, taking your left hand behind you. And we're going to come up onto your left knee and lift the hips up as we come into a nice open back bend. Press hips up and let the right hand flow behind you. Maybe look down to the floor or look up, whatever feels good on your neck. Squeeze your bottom, press into your right foot. Gently lower back down. Beautiful. So we'll change sides there. Extending left leg out, bring right foot in, sitting up tall. Extend the spine. And then take a twist towards the bent knee. So left hand on the right knee. And just flex your left foot as we twist around and lengthen through the spine. Stay here if you just want to keep the twist, but if you want to add there a side bend, you can let the left elbow come down towards the right knee, the left knee, and side bend. So side bend the spine, and if you want to press into your left elbow and just come into a little twist there. Flexing through your left foot, that extended leg, flexing the foot. And then gently release, coming back, right hand to the floor behind you, and then coming out onto your right knee as we lift up and over into a nice easy back bend. Press down into your left foot. And release, slowly coming on down. Beautiful. Sending yourself down towards the floor. So the legs are hip width apart. And just grab hold of the back of your thighs, keeping the back nice and strong, nice and straight. Just bring your weight onto your bottom as we set up for boat pose, Navasana here. So this might be good here. Stay here if you can keep your straight back. And if you want to challenge a little bit, as long as it feels good in your back, you can lengthen the hands out and then you can lengthen the legs up. Your choice. If you start to slump in your back, just take the legs down a little bit. Reaching, reaching, lifting, lifting. Beautiful. Gently now lower the feet down and just grab hold of your shins, lengthen the spine upwards and let the head down. Good. And then slowly now we're going to release to the floor as we uncurl the spine, lower back, keeping the feet connected. And release down, release down. So just keeping the knees bent here, and we'll cross the right foot on top of the left thigh. Flex your right foot, flex that foot that's on top. Turn the knee away and just gently bring that leg, the left leg in. So you can stay here if you want to. You can reach through, grab the shin, or grab the back of the thigh. And the other thing you can do here is just a little tilt from side to side, just gently rocking from left to right. Very slowly. And release, extend your left leg up. And then you might like to just grab the left calf, pressing the chest up towards the feet. Lowering back down, releasing, hands to the back of your mat as you change over to the other side. Left ankle on the thigh. Flex your foot and just press, push your knee away from you towards the front end of your mat. And then use your right leg to bring you in. So you can stay here if you feel like grabbing the shin, you can reach through the middle or back of your back of your leg. And then just gently release with a little bit of a rocking from right to left. Coming back to center, lifting up your right leg and just reach for the calf, extending through that right hamstring calf. Lowering down, releasing the arms to the floor, out to a T as you bring the feet down to the mat. Good. So wherever you are now, just lifting, taking your, heel toe your feet out to the edge of your mat so your feet become wide, and then just windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. Nice and slowly. One knee in, one knee out. And then bring yourself back to center, walk the feet back into the middle. And now just gently lift your hips up, lift your bottom up and move your hips across to the right side of your mat and let the knees drop down. Sorry, the other way. Move your hips to one side and let the knees drop to the other side. Feel free to do any variation here, maybe holding the knee or holding the toe. One big breath here. Come back to center and move the hips back to the middle, and then move the hips to the other side and let the knees drop to the opposite direction of the way you moved your hips. So go into any variation there and look away from the knees. Gently come back to your center. Bring the hips back to the middle. And just gently let the knees fall out to the sides into butterfly knees. And bring your hands above your head. And just find 3 deep breaths here. In through the nose and maybe out of the open mouth. Send the breath into the belly. And all the way out. Gently bring the knees back together and just hug your knees into your chest. Separate your knees so they flop out to the side and just rock from side to side. Massaging your lower back. And then if you like, just grab the outside edges of your feet and come on up to your happy baby. Let the knees fall down towards the shoulders, towards the armpits, and again you can be still here or rock. And just gently bring the legs back together above your hips and hands above your shoulders, and just gently rotate the wrists and the ankles, drawing circles with the toes and the fingers. each way. And then just release the hands down to the floor. Let the legs stay there for a couple of breaths. And gently now bring your feet back down to the floor. And you can bring yourself into a fish pose here. So bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. So you can come up onto your shoulders, onto your elbows. And bring your hands underneath your lower back. And then flex your feet. Point your toes to the ceiling. Flex your feet. And then lift up the chest, lift up the chin. Press into your elbows and forearms. Pressing away. And slowly releasing down to the floor and make your way into Shavasana. Close the eyes down and just allow the body to completely relax, melting down into your final resting pose. And I'll just leave you now with a little quote from Douglas Adams, author Douglas Adams. I may not have gone where I intended to go today, but I think I have ended up exactly where I needed to be. So stay here for as long as you like in your Shavasana. Stay positive, be grateful, and I look forward to seeing you again all on the mat soon, whether it be virtual or in the studio. My light to yours. Namaste.